Hey y'all, good morning. Good morning. Jamie, that's me, is here. Listen, come on in, like the video. I know this live is super early, but it is all good, okay? We are just going to chat about a few things, okay? Listen. Hey, babe. Listen, I just wanted to, hop on live real quick, chat with y'all real quick as y'all get ready for y'all day or whatever like that. I know I have somewhere I need to be. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna hop on here real quick and I'm gonna chat with the people about a few topics, okay? While I have the time, all right? So that's exactly what I plan on doing. Got a few topics. Of course, we have an update on the Kenneka Jenkins case. So we gotta touch on that. Also, Draymond Green child, because he been out here showing his ass for a very long periodically time. Okay. Seem like they trying to do something about it. We got to get into Kenya Moore. I haven't had a chance to talk about Kenya Moore and what's been going on with her divorce as far as Mark Daly is concerned. Kim Zolciack and her stuff going on with Croy Child. So we just got a few things that we are going to talk about this morning. Okay. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Y'all is up early with me. Okay, bet. Bet, honey. So let's go ahead and let's get started. We also gonna touch on Jonathan Majors too, because y'all know his case started, I believe, on Monday. It pretty much wrapped up yesterday with closing arguments, and then they're supposed to be doing, I think, they've given the jurors instructions from my understanding. So I think the jury will continue or reconnect with each other later on today, this afternoon. So we might end up getting a verdict today on whether or not he's going to be found guilty or not or whatever. So we got to touch on some things when it comes to that case as well. But first things first, I want to go ahead and I'm going to hop over and we're actually going to drop right on in. And I think I'm going to talk about Draymond first. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Oh, shout out to you guys. Shout out to you overseas. What's going on? Caught alive while trying to go ahead and get ready to go to work. It's going to be a good day. Okay, awesome. How are you all doing this beautiful Friday morning? I know I'm doing good. I hope that you guys are doing great as well. Okay. So, real quick, let's get into Draymond Green, who is a NBA player. And I believe that he played for the Warriors over there with Steph Curry. I know Steph Curry is tired of his. It's okay. So, basically, I've been seeing him on my timeline at different times. I feel like he's done something just last month where he's like assaulted a player. I know one thing I remember specifically, he stepped on somebody's chest. He stepped on somebody's chest to walk over to them, like to the net. And I'm like, did this man really just? And then it was another incident. Oh, girl, I think all of this happened in this quarter. I could be wrong, though, as far as the step. I'm not sure if he did the step on the man's chest. Now, that couldn't have been this quarter. I don't know if it was this year or last year, but I do remember him stepping on a man's chest on the court, okay? He's a basketball player. Now, it had to be just last month that I saw his ass choke somebody that was trying to break up a fight between his teammates and the opponent's teammates. And he just came out of nowhere and started choking this damn man. And I'm like, girl, what the hell is going on in here? And I think he may have gotten suspended for like 5 games or something like that. So then I see something else on social media where y'all know how it go. You playing basketball or whatever like that. I guess somebody guarding you or however it is. And the man was on his ass. Basically, he was in front of the man doing all of this. Right? The man was on his ass. And then he just turned around out of nowhere and slapped the fuck out this man. I said, girl, what the heck? I said, listen, at this point, and this is before they came out to let us know that he has been suspended indefinitely. I said, you know what? He needs to start paying. And see, this is what kills me with the NBA. Because the money that these players have to pay when they get fined or whatever the case is, from my understanding, when it's situations like this, I don't know if it goes back to the team or if it goes to the organization, the NBA. But I feel like this. When you, especially a repeat offender like this motherfucker, when you assault a player, you have to pay them. So whatever money that's going to be coming up that he got to pay, or what, in addition to, having to sit out games, his ass need to pay the people that he assaulted. Like, that's just what that's what y'all gonna have to start doing. So if it's 25,000, add another 5 so that the person that got slapped the fuck out can, you know what I'm saying, get their 5K. Let me see if they got a snippet of the video, and hopefully YouTube don't get me, child. Let's see. Just turned around out of nowhere, and the man just guarding him, y'all. Just guarding, or whatever it is, okay? The man is just doing his part as a player, and you out of nowhere turn around and slap the dog out this man. I can't. I couldn't take it. Let me see what this nigga finna say.
Made contact with him. As you know, I'm not one to apologize for things I meant to do, but I do apologize to you, sir.
This motherfucker. Girl, this man said, as you all know, I'm not a man to apologize for things that I meant to do, but I do apologize. So basically what he's saying is, bitch, I said what I said. I did what I did. I meant to slap the dog out of him in that moment. You saw that I did it. However, considering the fact that I just came back after being suspended for a few games, my bad. Bitch. I'm sorry. Girl. Fire your ass, okay? Find your ass. I'm glad that his ass is sitting out indefinitely. That don't mean he's gonna be sitting out for the whole season. They're probably gonna let him sit out for the remainder of the month, and then they're gonna try and wiggle him back in January. I think personally, for me, I think that he should be forced to sit out for the rest of the year. I do, for the rest of the season. I don't think that he should be allowed to return, in my personal, because he keeps doing it because y'all ain't doing shit about it. And then, you know, some part of me had me questioning, like, yo, is he ready to get the hell out the league or something like that? Like, is he just tired of being in the league? And he just like, I'm just gonna do whatever till these motherfuckers put me out. So I ain't got to worry about saying that I'm the one that left. I don't understand his behavior, but I think that he should sit out for the rest of the season, in my personal. And I also think that he should owe a certain amount of money to the person that he assaulted, because that's assault. That's assault at work. Like, I just can't. And another reason why I feel that way is NBA, y'all gonna keep on until one of them players fuck around and sue y'all for allowing somebody to assault them. Okay, or assault their teammates on more than one occasion, or whatever the case is, because y'all not protecting them. Because I feel like, I mean, you still at work. Things happen when you on the job. And that's something that has happened on the job. Okay, that man got slapped the fuck down. So y'all gonna start making these players pay, especially this motherfucker here. But anyway, child, that's what's going on with Mr. Draymond Green, honey. I was glad to see it when I saw that they said his ass was suspended indefinitely. Now go sit your weirdo ass down somewhere. Okay. Anywho, child, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Let's get into Kenneka Jenkins' case. I'm going to talk about her for a second. And for a lot of people that don't know, I do believe this took place in Chicago. And it's an old story, but it still has had people questioning what truly happened to her. When I tell y'all, they had America in a chokehold in 2017, trying to find out how this girl started out in a room, hanging out with her friends, chilling, enjoying herself. It's supposed to be like a hotel party or something. How she was hanging out with her friends in a hotel room and then ended up in the basement of the damn hotel in a freezer, which is where she was found. Like, it was very much so weird. So for me, years later, and I'm gonna read some of what they're saying for the people that may not be familiar with her story. But for me, when I saw that her family is now receiving a $6 million settlement from, I do believe it's going to be from the hotel 6 years after her passing, that for me makes me think that y'all knew y'all did something. Y'all knew that y'all were liable for something, some type of negligence on y'all end. It makes me feel like y'all know more than what it is her parents were being told, or her family was being told, or whatever. Like, I just feel like y'all know y'all had a strong hand in the death of this young lady. I can't say that it's necessarily the friends, but in my personal opinion, I do feel like the hotel may have been have had something to do with it. But they're saying the family of Kenneka Jenkins, the 19-year-old whose body was found in a walk-in hotel freezer on September 10th of 2017, has received a $6 million settlement after the suit. Okay, after suing the hotel for negligence. All right, they said that the settlement was reached back in August, but the terms have just now been revealed. Okay, they're saying her family initially filed a $50 million lawsuit accusing the hotel of negligence. They believe Kenneka would have been found alive if the hotel searched properly during the first 24 hours she was missing. Now, according to NPR, Kenneka's mom will receive a large portion of the settlement, and the two other relatives will receive a little over $1 million each. They go on to say Kenneka's passing was ruled accidental, and the cause of her death was hypothermia, which a lot of people don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe it's some damn accidental. I don't know. It was very creepy. Like the way people was rewinding, it was similar to like the Carly Russell case, how people was rewinding and circling and highlighting different things. And you see this person coming out the bushes and this and that. And it's, let me say this about Carly's case real quick. It's so comical to me now when people talk, when you reflect back on Carly Russell's case and how people were circling and highlighting. You see this figure, you see that figure, you see the shadow bouncing off the sign, and the whole time the shit was fake. And it's just like, it's just funny how people create these different things in their head of what they think they see, trying the whole time one shit there because she lied. But anyway, girl, back to Kenneka. All right, a person that actually lost their life. All right. So I definitely hate that for her, but I do wonder who are the other two relatives that will be receiving incentives. Like I feel like she may have had siblings, so maybe that's for her siblings or something. Not sure, if her dad was included or anything like that. But I am glad the family is getting their 6 million. I feel like they should have got way more than that though. I do. Like they could have rounded up to 10 million, honestly. Honestly, in my opinion, but I'm sure they're okay with their 6 million. It's finally coming to a close for them, so I am happy for that. But I do want to hear what they're saying over here on this news story. Let me see.
We are learning the family of a 19-year-old woman who died of hypothermia inside a hotel freezer has reached a settlement agreement. You may recall Kenneka Jenkins was found dead inside a walk-in freezer at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Rosemont back in 2017. Jenkins went missing during a party early in the morning of September 9th. She wasn't found until the following day. The Cook County medical examiner ruled her death an accident from hypothermia. Her family sued the hotel for $50 million for negligence, saying they failed to conduct a proper search. Also breaking this afternoon, we are learning the family of
Okay, let's see. Give me 1 second, you guys. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Okay, let me see if there's more, because I've been told that they may be getting more than just that amount. Let me see 1 second. More than that. Okay. Is there more? Okay, gotcha. So NBC News, this is interesting because NBC News is reporting something different, and Associated Press. Now, see, I kind of like Associated Press more than I like some of these other sites, and the reason why is because a lot of these public organizations and all of that, like these news stations, shall I say, radio stations, wherever, this is where they get their news from. Majority of the time it's coming from Associated Press. So it's interesting because I was thinking they should get 10 million, and it looks like that is the case. The family of a Chicago woman who died in a hotel freezer agrees to a $10 million settlement. So then that does make me wonder if they're actually getting 6 million. Maybe their attorneys are getting like the other portion or something. Maybe that's what's happening. The family of a Chicago woman who froze to death after she became locked in a hotel freezer, has agreed to a $10 million legal settlement. Kenneka Jenkins' mother, Teresa Martin, will receive $3.7 million, according to court records made public Tuesday. Other family members will receive $1.2 million and $1.5 million. Another $3.5 million will cover attorney fees, with $6,000 covering the cost of Kenneka's funeral. Okay, so that makes sense. I figured the attorneys was getting like a large chunk of that. So now we see. And both of the other family members will be getting a little over $5 million. So I will hope those are her siblings. I don't know who the other individuals are, but I will hope that those are her siblings. Now, my other question is this, because I don't have the latest update when it comes to Crown Plaza Hotel. So the people that's in Chicago, or y'all know folks in Chicago. Matter of fact, I know people in Chicago. I should ask too. My question is the Crown Plaza Hotel still there? Because after y'all had such a viral story about a person's passing, y'all should have shut the fuck down. Okay? That's when I started hearing all these rumors and different stories about all kind of things that be going on at this particular hotel. And I believe it, hence the reason why people feel comfortable enough to throw a hotel party there. So, yeah, throw some type of party or whatever at the hotel. So, y'all need to probably shut the hell down. So y'all let me know. Look, somebody said 3.5 for attorney fees. Yeah, girl, they was gonna get that coin, but they've been working on it for 6 years and probably 6+. I guess since 2017 or however long. So they've been working on it for a very long time. So girl, them billable hours will eat you up. They've been about working on this case, somewhat around the clock. But I feel you, because they could have took a smooth little $2 million. You know what I'm saying? But they was like, nah, we gon' we finna get paid. We finna do our big one. But either way, I am glad that the mama getting paid more than the attorneys. So I'm very happy about that. And I do feel like, honestly, that 1.2 mil and that 1.5 mil, that 0.5 and that 0.2, making it 0.7, honestly, in my opinion, should have went to the mama. Because I don't know who the other two family members are, unless they're the dad. Unless one of them is the dad, I don't think they should be getting over $1 million for the death of that person, even if you are a sibling. That's just me. That's just my opinion. They probably could have got a smooth 1 mil and been okay with that. But I do think the mama deserved at least 4 or more, for sure, for the death of her child. Because no matter how much money this lady gets, it's never going to take away the pain of not having your child and losing your child the way that you did. And then also just like how viral the story went around the world. You know what I'm saying? I bet you that lady, she couldn't do nothing. She couldn't go nowhere. She couldn't get online or do anything without seeing her daughter's face plastered all over the place. So that's just my opinion. But either way, they got paid. So shout out to them. And I'm happy for them about that. Now I want to move on to this other situation. And then we'll get to Real Housewives and all of that. But I don't know if y'all remember this particular story about this white man. I remember seeing this video, girl. And I do not remember why he was harassing these black folks. I don't know. I feel like it had something to do with where people park their cars or something. I can't remember. But I do remember the video where this white man was going off on this little rant with these black folks. And you know what's crazy is, baby, they said, we're not going to play with you today out here in New Jersey, bitch. They might play with you in many of these other states and counties and cities. But here we're on your ass, okay? Now they're letting us know that a New Jersey man, I believe his name was Edward. Yep, Edward Matthews. They said New Jersey man who went viral for racist rant has been sentenced, okay? Let me go ahead and move this over. Has been sentenced to 8 years in prison. That'll teach him. 8 years, bitch. 8 years. And Brittish, your ass down there complaining and whining and hollering, and we're going to get into you for a little bit about 4 years. Okay? And you did the crime. Now, granted, he did what the hell they said he did. It's all on video. But he got a full 8. And she over there talking about she should have at least got 1. But anywho, Let's just check. So they're saying that a New Jersey man whose racist rant went viral back in 2021 was sentenced to 8 years in prison after pleading guilty earlier this year to harassing and using racial slurs against his neighbors. First of all, who was the judge that sentenced you? Was it a black person? I'm just wondering. And then you pled guilty. You ain't have no choice. Let me tell you something, sir. I appreciate you pleading guilty. Okay. A lot of people know exactly what it is that they do and still will get in your face and play and say that they're not guilty. Okay. Still will get in your face and say they're not guilty. That's what Miss Carly did. But anywho, they're saying Mr. Edward C. Matthews, who's 47, was sentenced on Friday. He pled guilty in October to 4 counts of bias, intimidation, as well as possession of a controlled dangerous substance with intent to distribute. Now, girl, I will say this. They be so messy. The courts be so messy because it don't matter what you got on you. They gonna always say that you had the intent to distribute. And it's like, girl, what does that mean? You mean that they had the intent to share it with somebody else? Because when I hear distribute, I feel like give it to somebody and possibly sell. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, girl, if he had a little piece of a controlled dangerous substance on him, what, like, maybe he was just gonna use it for himself. How you just gonna add on the intent to distribute? You don't know what they was gonna do. I feel like they shouldn't be able to get away with stuff like that. If they got it on them, yeah. If you cannot confirm that this person was going to actually distribute it, that's why I do have an issue. Considering the fact of what he did, I truly do not care, honestly, of what happens with him, but just, in general. All right, so they're saying an investigation into Matthews started on July 2nd, 2021, after prosecutors said a resident went to the Mount Laurel Police Department to file a harassment complaint against him. A short time later, officers responded to a residential neighborhood for a report of a man needing to be removed from the area. Upon arrival, officers found Matthews using racial slurs while engaging in a verbal altercation with 4 residents. Baby, not they still probably in their house, but you got a new house that you finna show up to. No, ma'am. Let me see what they talk about here.
New at 11, a Burlington County man seen on video hurling racist insults at his neighbors has now been indicted on a slew of criminal charges.
Jersey, back up. Back up. Keep backing up. Back up.
You
may
on their
remember
property.
This video from last summer showing Edward Cagney Matthews in a shouting match with a neighbor in Mount Laurel. It led to this wild protest as police arrested him for harassment. Now a grand jury returned a 15-count indictment against him, which includes stalking, drug, and weapons charges. Investigators say Matthews used a slingshot to shoot ball bearings and even smeared feces on his neighbors' cars.
Ooh, no, you didn't. I know you did not smear feces on these people. Baby, the way they finna smear feces on your ass when you get in this prison. And you already know it's more blacks locked up than it is whites. They finna wear your ass out, baby. They finna turn you every which way but loose, okay? Understand, because Derek Chauvinic or whatever his damn name is, he didn't get stabbed the hell up. Now, I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I'm over here wondering if it was a scheme that he set up, thinking they was going to let his ass out because he's been over here trying to get out. So it could be a scheme that he set up. But anyway, Derek, moving on. You, sir, they on your ass, baby. As soon as you hit there, you get jumped on site first day. Okay? Feces will probably be waiting on you when you get to your bed. Girl, they're going to be tearing you up. All right? But either way, honey, good luck. Let's keep going. Who else? Let's keep going. Let's get into Kenya Moore because you guys know she has finally gotten that divorce, and I'm ecstatic for Kenya. I'm ecstatic for Kenya, but girl, don't get me, girl. Don't get me, people, family. Is it bad that I feel like she should have took Phaedra's advice? And don't come at me like that. Don't come at me like that. Listen, I'm just asking. When Phaedra told her, you don't know what your kid's father will be, or something like that. Something about peddling through sperm banks to try and find a donor. You don't know if he's gonna be an ex-murderer or whatever. I feel like she probably should have did that route. You know what I'm saying? I know you may not have known whether he was going to be an axe murderer or whatever it is Phaedra said he would be. But I do think that you should have went to the sperm bank and found a donor. I'm not going to hold you much longer. Okay. That's just what I'm thinking. Because this man here is sad as fuck. It kills me softly. It just kills me so softly. You was divorcing this man longer than you were married to him. I felt like parts of your marriage towards the end was hell. This divorce has been hell for you. And he don't even be caring to see his fucking daughter. Like, I'll never forget. And when Kenya says this, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Based off of what we saw that episode, they had went up north to New York. They went somewhere. And Mark was supposed to get that little girl. And at the very last minute, that motherfucker changed his mind. And you ain't seen this baby probably in a few months or whatever the case is, like physically, not through the phone, but physically. Girl, if you was going to do it by yourself, you really came out better do it. Just, girl, you ain't, and it's sad. And I know you want to experience pregnancy, so I get it. But it was giving to me, girl, just get heavy on the donor, heavy on the surrogate, but that's what Kenya wanted. She really wanted that life. And I wanted that life for her. And it's just not what it was supposed to be. But anywho, let me get into her statement. Because TV Deets is reporting that Kenya Moore has finalized her divorce from Mark Daly. Okay, they're saying after more than 3 years of litigation, I have finally been granted a divorce, she says. I want to thank everyone who prayed for me and uplifted me when I needed it the most. I'm excited for this next chapter in my life and being the best mom I can be for my daughter, Brooklyn. Kenya, I really hope you find you a good guy. I know Kenya may give people hell on the show because I definitely went a very long time where I was team Porsha, not team Kenya, and that changed for me a few years ago. I love Kenya, and I hope she finds her not her Russell, okay, not like a Sierra Russell, not her Russell Wilson, but some close to it, because everybody ain't gonna get no Russell Wilson, girl. It's just not gonna happen. But I hope she finds her good guy at some point. I'm tired of seeing Kenya be out here struggling. When it comes to love, I'm just tired of it. Okay. As far as her mom, treating her the way that she's treated her, the different men she's brought on the show, and the lack of respect and shit. Like, I just think Kenya deserves more. And I truly do believe deep down inside, like, I think Kenya's a nice person. I really do believe that. I really believe she's, the show got to edit whatever they need to edit, but I think she's a nice person. And I hope that she finds, what she's looking for. Let me see what they're saying, because Radar Online was trying to report on, I guess, like the income or the child support or something. So they're saying Real Housewives star Kenya Moore's 5-figure monthly income has been revealed by the ex-husband in the divorce war. Okay, so they're saying Kenya Moore and Mark revealed her finances as he proposed the child support and custody deal in court. All right, so let's see what they're saying he proposed. They said that the Bravo star filed for a divorce in May of 2021. The couple actually split in 2019. Of course, they have a daughter together. They're saying before Kenya filed for the divorce, the reality star filed a court case over custody of Brooklyn. At the end of that case, Kenya and Mark agreed that she would have primary custody and he would have visitation. They agreed to share legal custody, which allows Mark to have a say in a child's important life decisions. As part of the custody case, Mark attempted to block his daughter from filming on Real Housewives of Atlanta. He argued it was inappropriate for a young child. It's inappropriate for a father to not be active. Hello, are you there? However, the judge ended up ruling Brooklyn could film the reality star, film with her mama, basically. And shout out to the judge, because who the fuck do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I mean, yeah, I understand you're her dad, but everything that you're doing is to spite Kenya. What? Talking about it's inappropriate for her to be on there. Like, I can't. Anywho, the judge said he was not convinced and no evidence has been shown. All right, Kenya would place Brooklyn in that she would place her daughter in any situation that would not be in that child's best interest. So basically, Mark didn't have enough good information. Okay. But I'm trying to see if they finna show me about this amount, because I heard it was like $500 and something that he wanted to pay. So let me see if they showing any of that here. Is the article scrolling? All right, let's see. In the divorce, Kenya demanded child support from Mark. In response, he demanded a cut of her Georgia home they shared that Kenya purchased before they even got married. And you think that you finna get a cut of this lady? Are you stupid? In his proposed parenting plan filed this week in divorce, Mark revealed he was still on board with Kenya having primary custody and sharing legal custody. The proposal submitted by Mark, who lives in New York. Each party will be responsible for their own costs and expenses associated with their parenting time, included but not limited to travel expenses and all of that. Okay, let me hop over here because I think there was another article from one of the blogs that had more details about it. So let me see what they're saying. They said Mark listed his monthly income as $5,000, y'all, before taxes. You are out sir, you live in New York and you own a restaurant. And that is the gag for me. You own a fucking restaurant. You live in New York and you have the audacity to come and say that you have 5,000. Let me tell you what Mark did. Mark making, I don't care what nobody's saying, Mark making 6 figures. But what Mark is doing is paying himself as an employee. And as he pays himself as an employee, he's paying himself a lower salary. And I bet you he did this throughout the entire time that this case has been going on. So when the custody should come up, he could be like, oh, yeah, I only make X amount of dollars. Meanwhile, he probably, as the owner, is still dipping into funds. You know what I'm saying? Outside of his little paycheck that he's sending himself, he probably still dipping into funds, getting whatever it is he needs to handle business or personal things. But what? But that's what he doing, and it's all alleged, but that's just my opinion of what I think he's doing. Because you can't live in no damn New York with $5,000. I refuse to believe. I refuse to believe that you're living in New York with $5,000. No, and you have other children too. They might be grown, but I'm wondering, do you have to pay child support or anything for the other ones? I refuse to believe, child. Won't get me. They're saying that Kenya salary is $50,000 on a monthly basis. I feel like Kenya made more than that. She just ain't saying that. I don't know what you over there doing either, Kenya. Okay, you probably paying yourself a $50,000 salary on a monthly basis, but bitch, I think you make more than it too. However, at the end of the day, I don't think that he should pay less than $1,000 for this baby. I don't think all expenses or child support like that should fall on her. Like, that's just not fair. He is asking that a judge grant him $521 a month in child support. No, baby. Now, the good thing is, even if he were to start paying her that, she can always go back and ask for an increase, right? Just when he get good and comfortable and think that he's straight paying that $521, and then he can start paying himself what he really make, then you hit his ass with that whoop. There it is. Like, yep, pulling you right back in court to get that increase, baby. But I just don't think, like, I hope the judge doesn't grant anything like this. And see how this man is trying to game the system. He, it don't take like $10,000, $20,000 a month, I don't think, to take care of a damn kid. But let me tell y'all something. I was on TikTok and this lady was talking about how her child daycare went up. She got 2 kids. One is a toddler. The other one is like a newborn. So her newborn isn't going to school anytime soon. I think she said going to daycare. I think she said like 3 or 4 months. He's probably going to go. But do you know this lady said for her daughter, for the oldest child, the toddler, I think she said it was like $380 some dollars. Don't quote me. I think it was like $380 some dollars. For the newborn is $470 some dollars. And this is on a weekly basis. Okay. On a weekly basis, this lady is going to have to pay about $800 plus a week just for her kids to go to school, go to daycare. Now, granted, she did say that she's in a, she makes enough, but a lot of people don't. Like, I think she may be like a doctor or something like that. But still, she's in a position where she says she can afford to do that, even though it's still expensive to her and it's high as hell. She can, make it work, but other people just don't have that money. And I'm just over here like $521 a month. If she was going to put this little girl in aftercare after school or whatever, if that was the case, that's not going to cover shit. In my personal, that's like probably gonna cover a week, if that. What if the girl got extracurricular activities? She's in dance class, and like he needs to contribute to that. If he's not going to, like, I just refuse to believe. I'm sorry. And I pray to God the judge does not grant no damn $521. Like, girl, no, that's crazy. And it's the audacity of him asking that amount. Like, well, you hate her that much? Like, he's been giving fraud, scam. And it's easier to go on this lady's show and paint her as like she's the problem because so many people haven't liked her on the show. But you was a fraud from the beginning, from the moment that you got with this lady. You was showing your representative. Now, I do think Kenya could have possibly married him a little too quick because she was, he was love bombing the hell out of her. But Chef Roblake, come to the front. Because this your friend. You ain't tell Kenya how much of a fool he was. Child. Well, Miss Kenya, either way, honey, good luck. Girl, this is crazy as fuck. I can't. 521. What the hell? Y'all remember when watching Martin when he was daydreaming about his future if him and Gina have kids? And she was pregnant and he came home and gave her the check. And she said, $25. But what the hell you been doing? I know that's real. $521. Well, what the fuck? Absolutely not. But let's keep going, Miss Ken. We glad you got that divorce, though. Looks like divorce is finalized. Now she has to still deal with this custody situation. And I hope the judge demands that, he go find him another job or something. Like, because you're going to have to pay the fine. You're going to have to pay the fine, baby. You just going to have to pay it. Sorry. Anywho, let's keep this thing going. All right. Shout out to Bro Chat over there on Instagram. Honey, I be loving their graphics and the different stuff that they be posting. The different polls and questions and stuff. So shout out to them. So they got this video out, and I believe they put the video up. Perfect. Okay. So y'all know Kim and Kroy are going through this on and off again divorce. They've been doing it like all year, child. Ain't no telling. They got financial issues. They owe different creditors, different, banks or whatever. They owe the IRS. Like, y'all, I have to blame Kim, and I'm going to blame Kim. I do understand that Kroy keep going back to her. I get that. Okay. But I feel like it's about ain't no damn different if the roles were reversed. Okay. But I blame Kim ass. Like you out here trying to keep up with the Joneses. I really feel like Kroy family probably didn't even like her ass. And probably tried to give him a heads up, but he wanted to do what he wanted to do anyway, because it's just how he is. Not look, he tied the fuck up. But the thing for me is, I'm about to play this clip of Kroy talking to the police. And when he's talking to them, girl, first of all, it's the fact that the privilege starts to fly out. And it's like, is the privilege flying from the white sector or is it flying from the NFL sector? Because you played in the NFL and the person may be a fan. But you don't get to talk to the police like that and think that they're not gonna add a little additional force. And it's just so funny when you watch this stuff, how they pick and choose situations to be calm in. Okay. When they be faced with a lot of different situations, or a lot of the same situations with different people, but one sector of people may make you more frightened than others. The fuck? But anyway, girl, let's keep going. Let me put this.
It's just a bunch of nonsense.
All right, come talk to me. Ma'am, stay right there.
Child.
What's going on tonight?
We're just having an argument.
About what?
We're just having an
Our
argument.
fucking life.
Okay,
Our
what
fucking
happened?
life.
Why,
It's our life. It's destroyed.
Okay, what started the argument?
Her inability to fucking solve problems.
Okay,
Or
come
address them
over
or
here.
do anything.
Come over here.
Why?
Because I want to talk to you away from her. I don't want her to start screaming at you and have a whole argument.
It's nothing but an act. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
What is?
Everything she does.
Okay, what did she do tonight?
Everything. Dude, I can't. I'm not going to do this.
because this right here does nothing but fuel her bullshit. I'm not doing this.
Come in. Come talk to me. What's going on?
Hold on.
It's just a bunch of nonsense. This is narcissistic behavior. I'm not doing this.
I'm just trying to figure out what the
There's nothing to do. You shouldn't even be here.
Oh.
Who called you?
Your kids.
What kid?
You have kids? I don't know. Whoever's in the house.
So he's been outside this whole time.
What was the argument about?
Our life. Our life.
Okay,
and it's
so
fucking destroyed.
Why is it getting so heated?
Because our life is destroyed.
Baby.
What don't you understand? There's no money. There's no house. We're getting divorced one day and we're not the next.
Okay.
She's fucking other men. What do you want?
Just calm down.
Calm down, but I don't have a fucking life. I don't have somebody who won't fucking listen to me.
Calm down.
Oh, calm
down.
Croy, baby. You should have thought about that before you was over there knocking her up. Okay? I definitely blame Kim for fucking up the finances. As Funky Doesn't Even would say, she done fucked up the thing. You right. She has. She done fucked up the thing. However, Croy, you let it continue to go on too, baby. And you kept getting that lady pregnant. How many kids y'all got? About 4 kids together? 3, 4 kids? Like, hell no. Absolutely not. I feel like, although I do heavily blame Kim as I'm thinking about this and listening to this audio or watching this video, you contributed to that madness too. You contributed to that madness as well. And I mean, I know you may feel like she didn't listen to you. You tired of somebody, because I feel like he thinks if she would have listened to them, they would have never ended up in the financial bind that they're in now. But I just kind of feel like you should have been putting money to the side, because that's what any other BITCH probably would have been doing when it came to you. You know, so you should have had some of your ducks in a row just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's a very unfortunate situation. We all have always known Kim has been a fraud. We've always known that. But the sad part is I do think that Kim's life isn't, I think it could be what Nene said. Nene said they'll take care of her before they take care of me or whatever like that. They'll bail her out before they bail me out. And I feel like Big Papa is probably somewhere around the corner that's going to make sure that she's straight if he's still living. But, yeah. And that's what's going on, Croy. So I feel like you should also, instead of yelling at that officer and taking everything out on him, you should go into that mirror at your house and you should yell in the face of yourself. Okay? Because you also contributed to the downfall of everything that's going on. Because I just feel like even though we are learning about all y'all financial issues like over the past year, I think this was something you probably saw coming a long time ago. And you should have probably jumped ship a long time ago. You know? But it is what it is, child. I don't know what it was about Kim and her pink kitty that kept you around and kept getting her pregnant and stuff. But get like, you know what I'm saying? And I'll just never be over how you sitting over here talking to this damn officer. And you have not got popped yet. Okay, you have not got hit yet. Whoa. He was very calm that night. But anyway, child, that's what be going on over there with them folk. I just wanted to bring y'all a little piece of what was said. Did he say she's effing? He did. He said that she's effing other men. You heard it right. That's what she's over there doing. And I believe him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. Or tased, Omar, period. Okay. I thought Big Papa had a wife when he was messing with Kim the first time. That's what I thought. Men like this are high risk of doing dangerous things. Get him out of here. Listen, that is true. That is true. That is, and I'm not saying he would do this, but it does give behavior of just went off on an officer, and then like later on that night or the next day, they getting a phone call that the whole damn house done burnt the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the hands of the very person that you was sitting over there talking to. And because you didn't try to de-escalate the situation or anything of that matter, you as the officer are likely liable for the things that happened. Because had you probably took him in or did your part or whatever, it could have prevented everybody from either being clapped or the house being burnt the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think that is a point because this man is losing his and it's crazy because he's losing meaning losing his mind, but he literally is losing everything around him. Like, whew. That man said, yo, kids called us. This fool said, what kids? Bitch, I'm finna go. Let me keep it going. Let me move to the next one real quick. Let's get to Brittish Williams. Okay. Judge grants that Brittish Williams a motion and extends her surrender date to January 2024. So basically, for the people that did not know, she has been sentenced to about a 4-year bid for different federal crimes that were committed. I think she had roughly about 15 charges that she I think she pled guilty to. Ultimately, I think it was originally not guilty, then she went back, she pled guilty to like wire fraud and abusing social security numbers and a lot of different stuff that she had going on. And so she got sentenced a few months ago and they said she gonna do 4 years. Now she was super shocked by this because she's thinking that she would just do like a year or so. Now, I don't know if y'all remember that her old attorney, not the attorney that represented her when she ended up getting this sentence, but her old attorney came out and said that he had to release her in so many words and start working with her because she didn't want to listen. And he felt like she could have gotten less years if she would have listened and likely showed a bit of remorse or whatever the case was to, you know, the situation that happened. She could have actually, I think he said she could have avoided jail time. I think he said she could have avoided jail time or could have gotten lesser time. Right. So that's how she ended up getting a new person because she wasn't really listening to the guy that she had. Right. So with her knowing that she was going to be sentenced or she's learning her sentencing, she was supposed to turn herself in this year. But because of the holidays, she's asking if she could just spend one last Christmas with her daughter before she goes in. Judge says that's fine. That's why we're learning that it's being pushed out to January 2024. New year, new sale is what it's giving for her. I got a chance to check out the interview she did with Carlos King. I'll be honest, it was very much so a struggle for me. I started taking notes and then I just stopped. The first thing was Carlos apologizing about joking on her as far as when he did an interview with Duffy. I think he took some shots at Brittish. He and Brittish got on the phone. Brittish cussed him the hell out. They smoothed things over. All is well. She let us know for sure that she was raised by her dad. She wasn't raised by her mom. She says that her daddy was 20 years older than her mama, which I thought was like, girl, what the fuck? Why was your mama not around? First of all, like, how old was your mama when she met your daddy? Because it's giving creep, but I don't know your daddy like that. You say he took care of you and your sister, so congratulations. But he was 20 years older than her mama. Her mama wasn't around, and I was wondering if it was by choice that the mama didn't want to be around, or was it because the daddy didn't want her around, is what I wonder. Either way, she takes care of her mama now. She still has resentment for her mom not actually being present. And sometimes I just be wondering, because sometimes it be the parent. It don't be... Sometimes it's not always the absent parent that doesn't want to be there. Sometimes it's the present parent that restricts the absent parent from being there. So I'm wondering if that could be the case, or did the mama just really not want to be around and deal with him, is what I'm wondering. With his him being 20 years her elder, all I'm hearing is manipulation in my head. But anyway, she talks about living with her mama, taking care of her mama, how she wanted to be an anesthesiologist or whatever. She talks about she dropped out because she said it was hard, but then she turned around and flipped it and made it and put it on her mama and said that she needed a loan for school, asked her mama to get her the loan. Her mama was like, no. She went and did the damn loan anyway. Once the mama found out about the loan, Brittish said that her mama wasn't upset about the loan. She was upset about not getting money from the loan. So she called the school and shut the shit down. And when she shut down the whole loan situation, Brittish couldn't finish school. And I'm like, girl, all I hear is a bunch of fucking excuses. I'm not even trying to be like, when I heard all of that, I was like, I don't even know if I want to watch this. Okay. But a few people added me. So I was like, girl, let me just finish. Because I had stopped. And then I was like, let me pick it back up, girl. Let me finish and just listen. Let me get through this and see what else she got to say. She goes on to talk about basketball wives, and no one cares about that. Like, Brittish, I like you, but you are not the head honcho of the show. You're not Shawnee, you're not Evelyn. You weren't really, it's no disrespect at all. Because again, I like you, don't you know, on the show, but you wasn't like one of them big players. Like you're not a Tammy. Like when you think of Basketball Wives, there's certain women that's gonna always go down in history, period. And that's going to be the originators, the people that really got it started. Okay. So that's going to be Evelyn, Jennifer, Shawnee, Tammy. Like that's what it's given for me when I think of Basketball Wives. I immediately go to them. Everybody else is secondary, and then after that, and then after that, then after that, and you somewhere after that at the bottom. But yeah, so she talked about that. Then Carlos asked her, you know, how she got involved with, you know, some of the crimes that was listed, and she give us this elaborate story about her dad, and then goes into how he took care of them, and then he told us he was gonna die and stuff. So basically, what she was trying to get to was the weight of the world was on her shoulders. Her NIGGA no longer had a job because he was supposed to help put her through school when she met him after the loan situation, and she went overseas, but I don't think she ever went to school. And she said she don't regret nothing because had she not got with him, she would have never got the chance to be on Basketball Wives and do this and do that and all this other shit. So anywho, where was I at? So what else? I don't know where I was at, but anywho, I'm trying to remember. So Carlos asked her, did she know? Yeah, that's what she gave the elaborate story about her dad and stuff. She was basically trying to say the weight was on her shoulders. So with Lorenzo, he wasn't able to work for like 3 years or something like that. So she felt like she was going to take it upon herself, especially after her dad died, to figure out a way for them to, like, you know, survive and continue their lifestyle and not have the home going foreclosure and all of this stuff. But what was killing me was when she said that she came across a girl that be into that stuff, basically saying the girl be into scamming. That's what I captured from what she was saying. So I'm like, if you knew she was into scamming, why the fuck would you connect with her? Then she said, somebody was like, yeah, you know, she's like, the girl that I know that be into that was like, yeah, I got somebody that can help you do this and get money and blah, 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 blah. And something like that. She said, blah, 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 blah. Or she said, yada, yada, yada. And I said, okay, bitch, you just confirmed for me that you knew everything that you was doing. Because you're going to sit in Carlos' face and he asked you if you knew. And at first she was like, nah, I didn't know. I didn't. Who said that? No, I really didn't know. I didn't know. But you knew. Okay. It was given that she really did know, for real. Okay. Then she talked about the cousin and talked about how she claimed her cousin kids, you know, because the cousin was like, I always gotta pay money back. So why don't you claim my kids so you can get a little money and then break me off a little piece? Yes, that is a crime. Okay, you cannot do that. But anywho, she did it anyway, got her little measly $3,000, and then said if the feds told her because they transferred the money to her account, this wire fraud, whatever it was. Now I can believe that the feds elaborated on the charges. That is what they do. That, I mean, we just read something about the Edward Matthews man. Just because he had drugs on him, they said that he had an intent to distribute. Can you confirm or deny that? How do you know that? Did he tell you that? Like, how do you know that's true? So I definitely believe that the justice system be finessing with their charges and all and everything they saying don't be 100%. But at the same time, some of the shit you did, girl, you knew that you did. And for me, I don't know. At the end of the interview, she did say that she apologized and she was sorry. But for majority of the interview, I didn't get that. I feel like her apologizing and saying she was sorry was after she cried about her daughter and not being there for her daughter for the next 4 years. Well, I think she's going to get out before 4 years. That's just my personal. But I believe some people say that when you do Fed time, you have to do all of the time. But I don't know, because I thought that Apollo did Fed time. Apollo Nida, I thought he did Fed time and still got out early. So it's like, okay, I don't know. But anywho, maybe you just going to do majority. Maybe she's going to do 2.5 years possibly. I don't know. But whatever. I do think she's going to get out early. But her apologizing at the end, I'm like, girl, you don't get your, like, you're not sorry. You know what you did. If you could do it again, you would do it again. Like, honestly, if a lot of Americans could do this shit and get away with it, they would. Bitch, it's hard times. It's hard. Everybody tired to fuck up at this point. Okay, and then let me tell you where you fucked up though, British girl, when you got that PPP loan. That's where you messed up. Because, girl, I feel like the people that went and got that PPP loan, girl, they trying to figure out a way to get that coin back. So now they over here scraping and trying to figure out a way how they can nickel and dime, even though they taking every damn nickel and dime and sending that shit over there to Israel and to Ukraine. Shit that Americans didn't even approve of, saying that it's okay for you to send our tax dollars over there, but that's what you're doing. And then now, because y'all chose to give money out to all of these Americans, PPP loans, and they abused it or whatever the hell it is they doing, now you want to double back and try and get your coin? That's fucked up. That's messed up because y'all ain't out here trying to control no rent. Y'all ain't out here trying to control these food prices, the gas. Like y'all, I mean, what are y'all working on? But anyway, I just feel like when it comes to her though, it was just little accountability for me. And now she's talking about how she got closer to God in the past 8 months and how she's working on a podcast. And I said, so you're gonna be doing what Suge Knight doing from jail? Like, how is this gonna work? Brittish, hopefully your time goes by as fast as this damn year has. And you'll be out before you know it. And I'm sure Shawnee's gonna put you right back on her television show so that we can see exactly how things panned out for you behind the, you know what I'm saying, since you've been out or whatever, and how your relationship is with your daughter. So girl, we wish you the best. But that interview is crazy because I feel like it didn't really help you, girl. I don't know what the mission was. It didn't necessarily help. I know you wanted to explain, but then he asked you what a CPN was, and you said that you didn't know. But then at the same time, it sounded like you was trying to say that you did everything right. You used the CPN for how long? And then said you only got $12,000 from it. But when he asked you what's a CPN, you couldn't even explain it. Brittish, go away from me with this, girl. Go away from me with this. I'm not gonna play with you. Okay. I don't know what else y'all want me to say about that. It just wasn't giving what I think she wanted it to give. I really don't. Like, I just didn't see the remorse. And it actually, to me, kind of validated what the first attorney said about you not wanting to listen. Because for me, listening to your interview, every issue, or I won't say every, I'll say majority of the issues you've had, you've placed them on someone else. So yeah, heavy on you placing things on the feds. Because it's like, understand this. I know they might be on their shit, and I'll give them their percentage. But you have to not give them something to get started with or to go off on. And then she talking about they pulled up to her house. She had a quick conversation with them, but after that, she didn't know what was going to happen. So she just secured an attorney anyway, just because. And it's like, because you knew what the fuck you was doing. You knew what you was on. That's why you went and got an attorney. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It was just like, good luck. Okay. It looked like the people saying that she might have to do 80%. Okay, so she might be in there for a little over 3 years. Good luck, girl. All right, so let's go ahead and let me see what my time looking like. Do I have time for this last story? I don't have time for the last story. I am going to do my best to bring this story back to you guys a little later, because I have to go. So we'll get into Jonathan Majors a little later today is what we'll do. But it'll likely be before, hopefully it'll be before we know what his verdict is. Okay. So we'll definitely talk about him a little later today. But I thank you guys so much for joining me. Definitely leave your thoughts and comments down below. Be sure to like up the video. We had over 500 people in the chat, as we are live early, okay, in the morning. So definitely like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some battery. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble.